Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome into Godsend Studio. I hope that you can all hear me okay. I'll wait for a few of you guys to come in, and I'm going to be busting off some of these little berries right here. So, as everybody starts showing up, we all know what time it is. So, this fishing report is going to be very interesting tonight. So I hope that nobody got flooded out. Looks like the rivers are really jumping right now. I'll tell you how far mine went. So I'm definitely planning on doing some fishing. Well, good evening, everybody. I see that we have four that popped in. Hiya, Jeff. Hiya, in and on the net. I would imagine that we'll be seeing Joshua here just a little bit because it's time. So I'm busting off these berries right here. They're ready. So getting ready for that box, that backpack right there for the giveaway. And Robert McAllister's in. Uh, Bill, welcome in. Curtis, welcome in. Guys, my wife just came in. And if you're in the chats tonight, here's your chance to tell her happy birthday because it's her birthday this week, and we're really looking forward to that as well too. So, okay, guys, let's go ahead and get started with it. We got 9 people in. Everybody, please like and subscribe. Let me give you a few details first. I did shut down the StreamYard. It shuts down as of March the 3rd. So my next Monday Night Live will not be on Facebook. It will be on YouTube. And I noticed that most everybody's in from YouTube. I'm pretty sure, Garrett, you need to stay in here tonight because we're going to talk about you. But I'm pretty sure everybody's over on to the YouTube instead of the Facebook. So thank you for that, guys. I appreciate it. I've been trying to communicate with you guys about that. We needed to switch because in April, we're taking a trip, and I just didn't see the need for that. But I'll be giving the fishing report from Hawaii, but it will be on YouTube. So thank you for that, everybody. Listen, guys, really special time right now. But let's go ahead and start off with the ocean. So everybody's wanting to get out on that ocean because they know it's lingcod time, it's rockfish time. So we're seeing that people are booking from what I know of, from Depot Bay down all the way to Charleston. So you might want to start putting those bookings in because as soon as that ocean calms down, give it a day. After it calms down, check your tides and check your flows of the ocean. And then it's time to go get some lingcod, you guys. The crabbing. Let me tell you something. The wind has been really sort of strange. Our bay stayed calm until today. Everything was out back behind the bay, what we call our jaws, right? That rougher weather was back there. I saw people up closer to the jaws, but where the water was still calm, even with those new moon tides, right? So, which I'll speak about the new moon too. So the new moon tides still had some flow to bring in the fish, as well as the crab. So, and the ones that were a little bit, Peyton, welcome. The ones that were a little bit juvenile now are now catchable. So if you want to go do some crabbing, I recommend going crabbing right now. They're going to be full. You guys are going to have a really good opportunity to catch some good eating crab. All right. So we've taken care of the ocean. We've taken care of the crab. Now, guys, it's steelhead time. I have my lucky steelhead hat on. And if that tells you anything, that lets you know that I'm going steelheading. Okay, so now my river, for example, hang on, let me get to it here. My river went from, just so that I'm reading it right from NOAA, my river as of February the 22nd was at 4 foot, and my river is expected to go to 10-15. It's at 9 foot right now. Okay, so I have a whole process that I'm going to do. Okay, so except, well, Thursday morning, I'm still going to fish early Thursday morning, but that's Joe's birthday. And I just, she always spoils me on her birthday. We usually go somewhere. We're usually gone right now. But this year we're going to be at home. So Thursday morning, I'll still fish. Okay, so just to fill you guys in, my river went 5 feet, you guys. We knew that there was a bunch of fish in the bays because of the herring, all the rest of that. They were gorging themselves. We knew that they were there because the seals were just breaking water everywhere, you guys. But then once you get up into the tidewater areas, people were actually seeing the fish coming through because they were hugging the shores because the seals were chasing them down the middle. I'm going to tell you right now, those bee runs from all the way down to Coquille. I know down a little bit further. I don't know if they got the rain that we got. I do believe they got some, but I don't think that they're going to move quite as fast. Welcome in, Mr. Peaberry. So I'm hoping that they got that rain down there. I just didn't check. I was going to go down to the Checo and fish the Checo, you guys, which is one of our favorite trips, and I'll get down here shortly. But from the Checo up, guys, it's steelhead time. We know that at the end of February into March is the best time for steelhead fishing. This storm hit California, came up, and that was the first part of it. Then another storm came down and hit us. And now, like I said, I went from 4 foot. We're expected to hit 10-15 tomorrow. So everybody's going to go, well, the rivers are blown out, so I can't fish. No, that is such a wrong statement. Let me tell you something. This is my plan that I told you guys that I was going to do. The very first thing I'm going to do is go just above that tidewater, and I'm going to plunk. And the reason why I'm going to plunk is because that I'll spend 2 days. It looks like on February the 25th, our river actually starts to fall the most. But there's a little bit of a lull there tomorrow. So tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to go run up to my river, and I don't care how muddy it is. I'm just going to put a lot of scent on there, and I'm going to be plunking tomorrow. After everybody's fished the morning time, I'm going to be fishing the evening time because that there's a little bit of a drop there. And I already know that there's steelhead everywhere. So I'm going to plunk tomorrow, and then on Wednesday, I'll be there in the morning to go plunk that drop, right? I'll spend the whole day doing nothing but plunking that river. And I'll know for sure if there's a school coming through. We'll have 13 to 15 rods in this one section where they come through. They can only come through on the one side. It's a choke point, and there's just baits everywhere. So I'll know if a school comes through. And if that school comes through, I'm going to follow that school. So I'll start at about 12 miles. I'll start about 12 miles on my river, and I'm literally going to plunk, wait to see if the school comes through. And if it does, I'm going to move up to 17 the next day. And then after that, the river's going to start dropping. It's going to drop, let's see. So I'm going to go from 10, 15. I'm going to go from, just say 10 foot. I'm going to go from 10 foot back down to 8 foot. That's how drastic this drop is going to be. So that bee run coming through, you guys, I'm telling you, we need to be on it. So at 10 foot, at that 10 foot, when it hits that 10 foot and it starts that drop, is where I'll be at 17 miles. Okay, so if I see that school there, or if I don't, because they may hold up a little bit, I'll still see them at the 17 the next morning. So that's my plan. I'm going to start with the 12 mile. I'm going to go to the 17 mile. I'm going to plunk in the evening and then the next morning. Then that puts me into Thursday morning. Thursday morning, I suspect that most everybody's rivers are going to turn back to steelhead green, you guys. That's going to be the morning where we're going to want to run the bigger 14s, the bigger 16s, the bigger 20s. This is where you're going to want to run, put your dropper down below it, and run your dropper, right? But then the next day, it drops down on my river, it drops down another 2 foot. I am going to drop the size of my bead and put the smaller dropper on it. So the same as what the river's going to do when it comes up and it starts dropping, I'm going to be using a big Spin Joe, right? And then I'm going to then go into the 16 or into the 20s. Hang on, let me grab a 20. I'm going to grab a 20 size bead. I'm going to grab a 20 size bead, which is just a monster, right? I'm going to grab a 20 size bead, and then I'll be running probably a 16 as my dropper, right? So as that river starts to drop, and when it gets back down to that 7 foot, I'm going to drop my size again. And as it gets down, because ours looks like it's coming all the way back down to 4 foot. So now, once it gets down to that about that 5.5 foot, then I'm going to start throwing everything at them. I'll start throwing the jigs at them. I'm putting the shrimp on them because they are definitely on the shrimp, you guys. I'll start throwing the shrimp at them. I'll start throwing a bunch of different techniques at them. I'll be throwing spinners at the end of that hole, all of the rest of that. So that's why I said tonight, it's go time, you guys. So good. Jeff, thank you for saying hi to everybody because I was pretty excited. Like I said, I put my Lucky Steelhead hat on, and I'm in the store tonight, you guys, instead of in the studio or in the bait lab. And it's still chilly, right? But I got the heater on sort of low because that I want to get used to the cold, right? Because here we go. It is steelheading time, guys. So is Chasing Chrome still in here? Chasing Chrome took a little trip, you guys, and they drove about 3 hours from where they were, and they went on a trip. So if you go to Garrett Brown, you'll see that he's finally back up and starting to move around a little bit. Still hard on him, but at least he's up and moving around. And you'll see that he caught some fish. Now, that was down south, okay? So what I'm telling you guys right now is that there's plenty of steelhead throughout this whole state. So if you want to go fishing, quit wishing and go do it. Now is the time. As that river drops, my river, as it drops down into that 8 foot range, I'll probably start throwing spinners at them then, right? So I'm really, really excited about this, you guys. This is the best time of the year. This storm couldn't have hit us any better and kept the water low and kept those fish around. But the pictures that I'm seeing from it, what everybody's sending me and what's out there, there is a ton of snow bellies. I expected bigger fish. I'm really shocked that we didn't get to see those bigger fish. I don't know if they're being a little bit slower or if those seals just chased them so hard that they just ran straight up, right? I'm not getting it. I thought we would start seeing those 17 to 20 pounders by now, but maybe they're being a little bit slower or they're already at the hatchery. Guys, I see that we have 15 people in here tonight. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. So that is our fishing report. And boy, what a doozy of a report it is. Guys, if you're not out fishing, you're missing the best part of the season right here. This storm right here produced from 4 foot, it produced 5 foot of water. I expect muddy conditions. I expect the most rancid running water ever. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take one of our Spin Joes with a corky on it, and I'm going to go plunk that baby. So, guys, would you, oh, yeah, and smash the thumbs up too, guys. All that stuff helps. Okay, so wait a second. So we have 13 to 14 people in here. Let me explain this. So when our station hits 500 people, you guys, I'm working on this backpack right here. Okay, so if you see it, it's got some worms that are going to Chris V for that guide service. I finally got those perfected out where I'll release them. But this pack right here is a backpack. Is a backpack. Okay, so I am loading this thing. Okay, for example, right now I'm doing what I call the small terminal tackle. So I put a bunch of Gamakatsu bobber stops in there for you guys, or bead pegs. Okay, so that's just the beginning of that. And then let's see what I got here. I think I got some of our spinners in here. Yeah, this is the spinner box, and it'll get loaded more and more. And the more that you guys excite me and like and subscribe, the more cool things I'm going to be doing. Yep. So you guys just got the best report ever. So if you're reading inside of that, I won't say it on air, but if you guys are reading inside of the comments, you just got a huge report. Okay, so I'm working on the spinners, right? This is our new micro spinner. This is going to be a very deadly spinner during the low water, you guys. We've got the ball buster in there. We've got some torpedoes in there for you guys. That's just that part of it, right? Then we're going to start loading it with our acorn eggs. These little berries right here are very effective. But I've got inside of here, so we've got another compartment, right? That's down low. Let's see what I got. Oh, that's right. So I'm working on the jigs. Curtis Schultz got sick on me, you guys, and then he was so busy he wasn't able to tie these. So I'm just tying them myself. But he did make sure I had everything and all the knowledge I needed to tie these. So we're going to do a jig box. You guys, whoops, well, that ain't good. You guys will get a jig box with this little beauty right here has caught a lot of fish. That's called our Killer Queen. So you'll get some of those. You'll get some of the egg hatch ones that I already know work. So the more you guys get me excited, the more you like and subscribe, the more things I'll start loading this with. Okay, so let's take a look inside of here now. Inside of here has got 3 boxes inside of it, right? I'm thinking acorns, stingers, and the porkies, right? And you guys will understand that later what I'm talking about, because those are exclusive beads to Godsent, right? So if you guys hit this before the end of March with the 500s, somebody's going to be a lucky winner, right? And then, of course, you know, I always do a little bit of another giveaway for other people too. So that's this one right here is going to have the compartment with your terminal tackle. I'll put some hooks in there and all the rest of it, but I can also hook your nippers right here. So that you got a pair of nippers, right? The one that extends out. We'll probably put a pair of pliers in there. It's got some really cool side pouches on them as well. So like I said, let's get this channel rolling, and I'll do a hell of a giveaway. So inside of here, I just put this one in here. This one's got all my some of my blades. I got thousands, but just to let you know, we could fit a bigger box in here, but I want this one to be waterproof. This backpack is water resistant. But we will start loading this with a shit ton of beads, you guys. And trust me, I have colors that have been working now for the last 5 years, and I'll load it with those, as well as other ones that are still being tested, I know work. But that gives you something different from everybody else. It's got a compartment inside of here, which I'll do something with it. And on the back, it has another compartment in here, and I'm thinking soft bag, so you can pack a lunch in it, right? So I'm pretty excited about this giveaway. Guys, get me excited because I can make some really cool stuff for you, so that you guys get a really, really good giveaway, right? And Mary Clark joined us tonight. Thank you, Mary. And Ray Norton, thank you so much for that, for sharing. Um, if you stop by this store sometime, and we'll talk about that right now. If you guys stop by this store, I'm listed on Google. So you can ask for tackle stores in Waldport. When you go to Google, you'll see how to contact me on there. Just contact me. If you're coming our way, then you just sort of need to stop in because we have specialty weights. Oh, those are in there too. Hang on. So I'm loading it up with weights as well too. So I have the old standard cannonball. So I have the old standard cannonballs in there. So you have a half and you have an ounce, right? But then we have our coffin lure in here, which is a very effective weight for what it does. I'm just not going to bore you with all the details. So let's get this channel up and going, because that when I'm in Hawaii, I want you guys all to know that I'm there, right? And I'm going for tuna, guys. I ain't playing around. And I'm going to do it from the shore this time. The last time I did it from the boat. Big story there. But yeah, I did it from the boat. Man, was that the experience. We actually fed a whole village, you guys. That's how many tuna we caught. Okay, my arms were done. They're like, let's go tuna fishing. I mean, let's go marlin fishing. I said, are you freaking nuts? There's no way I can handle a marlin. I asked the kids, Joe's kids were with us, and I said, Garrett, can you handle a marlin right now? He's like, no. I asked his wife, Sam, can you handle a marlin right now? He's like, no. I said, okay, let's go for some wahoo. Those are at least easier, right? So let's just troll up close to shore and go, because we literally had that many fish, you guys. I didn't even know what I was going to do with them all. So when I go out to Hawaii to go fishing, guys, you'll get an adventure out of that. So listen, I see that we've had lots of thumbs up, lots of hearts. And I'm sorry that I had to close down the Facebook side of this. And I promise that when we're off on our trip, I'll still do a Facebook Live too, so that everybody can enjoy that, because we're going to Kauai, and it's a very beautiful island, you guys. So I'll make sure that I share on both sides. But let me tell you something. I really want this channel built. Obviously, I mean, I'm going through stuff right now, to make up stuff for you guys. Oh, the worms. Oh. So these, for some reason, I don't know why they always seem to be so expensive, but not with us at Godset. So we're going to start making these boards for you guys, right? And that's got the porky on top of it. But this right at first is going to go to Chris Velasco, or he's a guide, a pretty popular guide. He's out of the bigger rivers, and he uses a jig head like this, but mine's soft and has the glow, right? So I contacted him, and he was like, yeah, well, that was quite some time ago. But I got to taking a look at his worms, and his worms were really wiggling. So I perfected that. Now this is now ready to go to Chris for him to critique it for us. So, and I'm pretty sure he's going to go, I want some more of those. Well, yeah, because I would too. All right, guys. So any questions for me tonight? Would you guys like me to show you my plunking setup? Because it's pretty secret, but I'll share with you if somebody says something. Oh, that's Mary. Okay, I get it. Hiya, Mary. um, okay. So those ladies, you know what, Ray? Thank you. Those ladies actually were very patient with me, and I could tell that they wanted to be back out crabbing, right? So the ladies stopped in, were unable to find what they needed. And when I heard that, it was like, yep, nope, okay, that cost. Here you go. I made a little bit of money from the riggings that we had for our trolling because that they said they kept getting hung up in the rocks. And it was like, yeah, I'll make a little bit from that. But then I gave them some set and all the rest of that. So, Ray, I hope that you got to eat some crab that night, mister, because those ladies were on a mission. And I like that, right? That's like me right now. I'm on a steelhead mission. So it's just like Ray said. He wants to stop into the store. Guys, look it up on Google. Give me a call. I don't care what time it is. Trust me, I'm old and going through the change of life right now. So sleep is out the door. I just I do here or there, take a nap, all the rest of it, the old guy stuff. You know what? I hope so, Curtis. You know what? Listen, I hope you're very welcome for that, and thank you for placing the order. The extra stuff, I was trying to search around because I just don't know that fishery well. Well, I know something of it. So I hope that that extra stuff actually helps to produce for you, sir, because I just don't want to send something out that's not going to help you catch fish. But you are most certainly welcome, sir. So Curtis invited us up to go do some fishing as well as Auto Magic. And here's one for you. I go to Utah. So this year I'm going to swing up and around. And Curtis and I will definitely be doing some fishing this year, you guys, because I want to go see my the Sweet family. That's their name. Their last name is Sweet. So I want to go visit the Sweet family. I just really enjoy them. There's no fishing there, but I just enjoy that family that much that I want to go hang out with them. So I'll get my fishing bug out on the way there and then go spend some time with my family. So definitely, Curtis. Definitely, Curtis. You and I and Joe will be getting together. I'll be hooking up the trailer and hooking up the car, and off we go. All right, guys. Well, we're about 3 minutes down. Um, yeah. So, that, so that's sort of why we were in the store tonight. The store goes off this way, you guys, and goes off that way too. So there's a lot of stuff in here. Literally, if you want to go fishing, you can stop in here. And if we don't have it, we'll just make it real quick. But I usually have it. Because I want you to be able to stop in and go. But Joe just brought up a really good point. I stick new stuff inside of your guys' packages, okay, just like this right here. Let me tell you something. I think we're on to something here for our lower water as we get down to the end of the year. I think we're on to something here, folks. So I'm like, those fish are skittish and all the rest of that, but they're still going to eat. They're still going to eat a squid. I don't care if they're coming in, going out at that point. So today, well, actually over the last few days, I made this little guy right here, which is a micro lure. And what I'm thinking is that as that water gets low and it's stagnant and they're sitting inside that hole and all the rest of that, something a little bit smaller coming through with them, right? Even on a bobber, this will work, right? This is just like the old Colorado spinner. So I'm pretty sure. Oh, Bryce finally spoke up. I almost forgot that. But anyway, that's the kind of new stuff that you'll get in your package. Please take it out, test it. If it doesn't work good, let me know. If it works great, definitely get a hold of me because the fishermen want to know. So Jeff Stroger did something really, really cool for a kid. And he ordered him a hoodie. So we have a clothing line, you guys, that's really comfortable because I want to be comfortable. So this one is the teal blue, and we're going to put Bryce Peters over the top right here, right? Because he was going to be a fish knocker, but he changed. And then You know, this is just a super comfortable hoodie and it's warm, but it also has God sent fishing on the back, right? And it's not just advertisement for us, it's just letting you know, letting other people know that you support a company that supports God. Okay. Um, we're going to put something on the sleeve for him, down the sleeve. So it's what he wants on the sleeve. So, Jeff Stroger, thank you for that. You know, that was really kind of you to do that. And we sent him a T-shirt already. So, guys, if you go to the website, we have T-shirts, we have hoodies, but at least we got quality, comfortable stuff for you guys. So, and my wife makes them. So, you guys know that it's still in the same tradition that we're doing. All right, guys, I'm telling you something right now. Don't be wishing, go fishing. Jeff Stroger's river, all the way up to the north, went up a whole foot. That's a big river, you guys. And if it went up a foot, the Columbia, that means that those springers are getting their first sniff of fresh water, you guys. Here we go. It's going to get loaded. So, you know, we do stuff for springers, you guys. I take this Spin and Joe right here and I put a hoochie behind it. And let me tell you something, that is a very, very deadly weapon for any salmon. Ocean, river, ocean, tidewater, river. If you're trolling them, oh boy, they just work good. So be watching for that because we'll start talking about the springers. My new inline spinner has not been done up yet. I'm sorry, I was behind on that because I wanted to stay up on some colors, which I have a bunch of new ones. There was an orange that we were chasing down, and we finally got it. Oh, as a matter of fact, so I'm walking along the shoreline, and there's just a ton of eggs up on the shoreline, bunch of dead fish because they just spawned out. They were done. They weren't going back to the ocean. So I spent some time and took some pictures, of course, but I spent some time and I really, really looked at that egg and I said, okay, can I make that egg? Well, it wasn't me, it was more God, but here's what came out of it. So this egg right here, once we finally found this orange, has the white in it, just like what it looked like on the shore, you guys. This is in a 16. The 14 is a little bit different. It has a little bit more white to the top, and it's a little bit closer to the size. They were smaller, but it's a little bit more closer to the size that we can still fish and the fish can still see it in the moving water. But let me tell you, this is as close as I can get. That new color, that orange brought me there. My buddies are all calling me, Kurt, where are you at? Matter of fact, they called me after I got done, after mixing this from 5 o'clock in the morning until, oh, I think that they called me at about 6. So I think I got home about 5:30. I'm literally mixing this color all day long, you guys. The white is a pearl white, which is just a normal. But those colors together was as close as I could get to what I saw on that shoreline, you guys. And I wanted to make sure that I matched it as good as I can. So the molted that I had on there before, you know, it's a pretty bead, but I'm going to change it out for these guys because that's a true molted egg, right? That's exactly what I saw on the shoreline, and that's what I'm going with. Well, Gary. Oh, yeah, there you be. So go in and look at it's the coral, the sea coral. Go in and look at the sea coral, Will, and I have it swirling in the water. And then I put the blue light on it for a bit, and then I shut the blue light off because it glows too. So yeah, please go in and take a look at that. It's on my Curse Sandin page, which you're on that right now. So yeah, go in and take a look at that. That's a reel from a little bit back. Yeah, they definitely glow. And the UV, yeah, I actually over the last 6 years have learned how to actually use the UV. Um, UV is a very particular thing, right? You got to do it right. I'm really, really happy with this. I had to wait for it to cure, right? And when it cured, it was the exact same color. Because cameras lie to you a little bit, right? But I have a photogenic memory, and that was the color. So for that stage, when they start spawning again, let me tell you something. I already know it's a wicked lure. Somebody was trying it already. I already know. So yeah, those will get up on the website. They're up on the wall right now, because that I leave my bags open. So they're finishing off their last part of their cure. And Jeff will tell you guys, when I say curing an egg, it's so that all the scent comes out of it and chases that plastisol scent out, right? You guys won't be able to smell it, but the fish will. Trust me. You won't be able to smell the plastisol. That's the big thing. Yeah. So Bryce is giving me a hard time about being the stinky, right? They call me Mr. Stinky because I am the owner of God Sent Fishing, right? It's sent. So yeah, okay. I'll get you later, kid. All right, you guys. Well, you know what? I had a lot of fun with you, but listen, I got my lucky steelhead hat on. Quit wishing, go fishing, because this week into next week is prime, you guys. There is not going to be any better conditions than this next 2 weeks. Let me tell you something. After this, I'm done. I'm going ocean fishing. I'm starting to look for springers. I'm done because I already know this next 2 weeks is the classic, you guys. There'll still be fish afterwards, but what's about to happen this 2 weeks is going to be extraordinary. And of course, I'll be videoing too. But plunking is sort of boring, right? There's just not a lot. You're waiting for that fish, the one that's going to bite, come by. It might get somebody else's line, so if it does, I'll record that for you guys too. Yeah, and thank you for joining us, everybody. You know what? And you guys just warm my heart. To see the turnout that we had tonight was just fantastic. Um, we've got the studio, we've got the bait lab, we've got the store. We're obviously invested in our fishermen. So when the fishermen invest back in us, that's all of the guys. That's all of us, right? It just warms my heart. So thank you very much. All right. Yeah, everybody did hit the thumbs up. We actually got a bunch of thumbs up and a bunch of hearts tonight. You know what? And you too, Mr. Bill. Please have a very good evening. Everybody do be safe out there because them rocks are going to be wet. Take your time getting to the hole, you guys, and then fish the heck out of it. All right. Guys, send in pictures. Don't forget, sorry about that. Don't forget, if you send in a picture and it has our bead in its mouth, that puts you in the contest. Now, that's a huge box that I give away with all of the worms, with the spinning joes, which will pretty much be all this stuff too. But that box is a pretty big box. All right, everybody. May God bless your families. May you all be safe. May you all be happy hooking. This is God Sent Fishing saying over and out, and go hunting, boys and girls, because it's time. Good night.